What is going on, people? KG is back with another video. It is match preview time, another game off the list. Leeds United versus Middlesbrough at the fortress that is Elland Road. Before I get into the preview, you know the drill, people. Please hit a like before you go any further. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Click the notification bell and drop your comments and score predictions below. If you haven't watched the Luke Ayling video that I've recently done, please go and check that one out. Great comments on that one. Funny, serious, and everything in between. Love to see it. So if you haven't seen that one, please go and check that one out. And just give me your feedback as well, because I know I've been doing a lot of previews recorded. Are you preferring the previews to these kind of games recorded in just like 8-10 minutes rather than me doing my usual ones where I get everyone's feedback live and it sometimes goes 30-40 minutes for a preview? I think a lot of people are preferring it this way for the championship fixtures, just going by my analytics alone. But let me know live in the comments if what you prefer. And obviously, when it comes to match reactions, those will always be live where I can help it and transfer news and get your views on that. That's where I love to go live and get everyone's opinions. So yeah, for match previews, are you guys preferring these? Obviously, for the big games like Leicester, Southampton, and that is it. Those will probably be live previews, but I think for these kind of games, I think you guys are preferring the short form. But let me know in the comments below. Now, the press conference today, you know how it goes. You know, as I've replied to a few comments, I know I've been critical of some of the questions, but I understand over 46 games that they're not always going to be slam dunks in the press conferences. But what I will say is that I may do my previews before the press conferences now. And if there's anything of worthy of note that's really worth talking about, I will do an additional video. I think that's probably fair. But at this point in time, it's a little bit of a slug to get through. Not gonna lie, not gonna lie. But look, let's go into it, people. Daniel Farker with injury news. So we've got a couple of injuries. Gelhardt was out. I mean, when he said that we got a couple of injuries, I was thinking, oh, no, who? Then he said Joe Gelhardt, who is barely here anyway, but I hope he gets well soon. And then you guessed it, people. Stop me if you've heard this one before, but Junior Firpo is out with a hamstring strain, and he's going to be out for about 3 weeks. How many times have we heard this with Junior Firpo, by the way? Firpo is injured, it's 3 weeks, which then turns into 3 months. It's enough. Enough. It was enough before, it's enough now. That's it. Enough. No more chances now. He obviously is not going to stay fit here. Maybe he will be fitter in a warmer climate. Maybe if he goes back to Spain, maybe a move to Italy. I think that it's imperative that we move Junior Firpo on in January, really and truly. There will be a lot of people thinking, who's going to come in for Junior Firpo? He has his admirers out there. Trust me, he won't be short of clubs. Maybe not his ideal clubs, but we need to move him on and get in a new left back. It's beyond a joke now. Seriously, it's too much. You know, I was willing to give this man a chance. You guys know I was willing to give him a chance. He's not Premier League level, but maybe at Championship level he could do something for us. Nah, it's just the same Junior Firpo, just injured all the time. So yeah, I'm at that's it for me with Junior Firpo. See you later, mate. Because you weren't getting your shirt back from Sam Byram to begin with anyway, but he's not even reliable as a backup option. That's enough for me. But yeah, those are the main stories when it comes to injuries. No new concerns. But then, you know, he was asked about Stuart Dallas. And this is another one for me now where we was hearing that Stuart Dallas was back in full training. We saw the video and pictures of him getting, you know, the whole welcome back slaps on the head and everything else like that. But he's back on individual training again, people. And I think it gets to the point now in Stuart Dallas where it would be negligible by the club if they were to offer him a new deal of any sorts. I think it's time for him to possibly be moved on come the summer. I think his contract expires in the summer. It may not. It may be, you know, don't quote me on that. But I think it's time. You know, at the moment, with Daniel Farker was talking about Stuart Dallas, he's great to have around the place. And when he was talking, I had the Roy Keane thing in my head again. You know, he was talking about Stuart being a good influence in the dressing room and being funny around the place. It sounded like the Roy Keane thing. What does he do? Card tricks? You know, does he do karaoke? You know, it sounded like that. That's all I could see in my head. And I understand that you need to have these kind of players around, but they're adding up. You know, he was asked incessantly in this press conference, a lot of times excessively about Luke Ayling, Liam Cooper, Stuart Dallas. How Patrick Bamford? How are they coping without playing? there was like 5 questions about it. Instead of focusing on what we're actually doing now, the players that are here, talk about Glenn Kamara's progression, talk about Rutter's form. He was asked one about Somerville, fair enough. But there was all this attention on the past, and it's like we need to move on now. And Stuart Dallas, I was thinking maybe if he could come back to fitness, but I don't know now whether it's more of a mental thing for Stuart. I've got to say, with him being out this long, we kind of rolled into the Adam Forshaw territory, thinking, is he even going to come back again? Is it over now for Stuart Dallas? Can he make a comeback like Forshaw did at one point? I'm not so sure. I think it's more of a mental thing, maybe. I don't know. I'm not in his body. Pause. But it just seems that this is going on way too long now. And I don't even consider Stuart Dallas. If he comes back, I guess it's a bonus of some sorts, but I'm not considering Stuart Dallas a part of this squad at this point in time. It does sound like he's I said it on the Luke Ayling video, but it sounds like he's a cheerleader at the moment in the background. So yeah, Stuart Dallas is nowhere closer to being in contention when it sounded like he was close a few weeks ago. He was also asked about Sam Greenwood. Now, this one did make me chuckle a little bit. Um, he was talking obviously Sam Greenwood, who's out on loan to Middlesbrough, he's ineligible to play, which is okay. Um, but he was asked about him and whether it's the right decision or not. And basically, in a nutshell, you need to go listen to the comments yourself. But he basically said that with the players that we've got here, Perot, Nanto, Somerville, Dan James, Jaden Anthony, and even through Patrick Bamford in that there was never going to be any game time for Sam Greenwood, regardless of the injuries that he had in preseason, everything else like that. He added as well that this is not like American football where if I've got a play, I can sub on a player. And if we get a free kick or a corner, I can't just sub him on. He basically called him a James Ward-Prowse light. That's basically what he said. He was being very polite about it, but he said, you know what, it's right for him that he's gone there. And as he said, it's either that they come back to the club a better player or they increase in value. But you could tell Sam Greenwood was not in his plans, and he didn't really rate him from open play, barring his set pieces. So there you go. That's the whole Sam Greenwood thing. Because I know I get the comments. I see him too, people. I see when you say we shouldn't have let go of Sam Greenwood. Sam Greenwood isn't of the standard of what we're trying to achieve here, I'm afraid. So, it's good that it's working out for him at Middlesbrough. And I hope it does. I hope he has a good career. But it's just not going to be here. We need to set the bar a lot higher. And that's basically what Daniel Farker was saying. But go and listen to those comments, because those were pretty funny if you can read in between the lines of stuff. And that was pretty much it. That was pretty much it when it comes to the press conference. There was no talk about Middlesbrough's team in the press conference. So I didn't hear one unless it was blocked off for Sky, but there was no talk about actual playing Middlesbrough, what he's expecting. But as you know, I will always show you the team that we're playing where I can. This is Middlesbrough squad, obviously managed by Michael Carrick. I know of Dieng from his QPR days. He's a decent keeper. He's a ball-playing keeper. Obviously, there's a lot of players here of Matt Clark, Dale Fry, Dyke Steele, Paddy McNair, Darren Lenihan. This is championship, isn't it? Isaiah Jones, decent pacey player. Of course, we know Johnny Howson, good old days of League One, man, Johnny Howson. What could have been, eh? What could have been? Matt Crooks, know of him. Of course, we all know Lewis O'Brien, who's linked with for about 3 years. Sam Greenwood, who's ineligible. And then their strikers. I gotta say, Morgan Rogers, I think I've heard of him before. I know I've heard of Marcus Force. He's from Brentford. But of course, I just wanted to scroll down to this guy here who's a part of their coaching staff, Jonathan Woodgate. And for the people that were around when Jonathan Woodgate was playing, when he was a youngster at Leeds, this is a defender, real men at the back. And if it wasn't for injuries, man, he would be known as one of the best centre backs England have produced. He went to Real Madrid. You don't get to go there unless you've got something about you. And he was tremendous for us, man. Really, really good, barring that one incident. But yes, Woodgate, absolutely love the guy. Absolutely love the guy. But yeah, he's part of Middlesbrough's coaching staff. But yeah, that is what Middlesbrough bring. Currently in the table, as you can see, we're in third, keeping on the heels of these two. Middlesbrough a little bit lower down in 10th. They seem to have this 837. We need to add an 8 there, so we give them an 838, give them a loss. But yeah, they're mid-table, but they're not the worst team. Michael Carrick has done a pretty good job there. They started out pretty horrendously, but they've got their form back up. So it's not going to be easy tomorrow by any stretch of the imagination. For some reason in my head, I've got a 1-1 draw, and I really hope I'm wrong on that one. But keeping up with the form and keeping up with our home, dominance that we've shown this season, I'm going to go with a 2-1 win to Leeds United. So let me know your score predictions in the comments below. I just feel that I don't feel we're going to lose this game tomorrow, and we need to, quiet those Middlesbrough fans up. Those ones that I don't know how Leeds are Middlesbrough's rivals, but then also Newcastle and Sunderland. It's like, choose your region. I don't know what it is with that, but I've never understood it in all my years. So someone will have to explain it to me because I just don't get it. I just don't get how they have animosity for Leeds and then Newcastle and Sunderland. I just don't get it. But yes, so yeah. 1-1 is the score that is in my head, but I'm going to go with a 2-1 win. I think we're going to get the job done. I think Somerville's going to turn up yet again. Georgie Magic, it's all there. Just keep your focus, protect the land, stay undefeated at home, and we just keep this thing rolling. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Our opponents tomorrow, people, just for in case you don't know, Leicester City are away at West Brom. That's going to be a tricky fixture. The team just below Southampton are against Cardiff at home. Southampton, who knows with that one. Ipswich Town against Coventry, I fully expect Ipswich to win that one. So it would be a surprise if they don't get maximum points, but we'll discuss that all in the live match reaction tomorrow. So there won't be a watch along tomorrow, but I will be back straight after the game live. As always, you know the drill, people. You know where to get it. So if you're going to be around, join me there live, and I will see you on the live match reaction. So yes, like the video before you go, drop your comments and score predictions on anything discussed today, and I'll see you in the next video, people. Peace out.